Ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing? It's your boy, Roar. We've had Falling in Reverse on this channel before. I checked out their song Zombified, and I felt like, aside from a couple lyrical points here and there, really liked their sound, really liked their style, And I had heard a lot of people were talking about this one, Watch the World Burn. But then a few of you guys reached out and was like, dude, you need to check this out. So I'm like, okay. And as I've always said, if I feel like there's something of artistic merit, I feel like there's some good, music, then I'm going to be talking about that. Simple as that. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Watch the World Burn. Nice. Nice shot. I really like that. Establishing shot there.
I got voices in my head again, tread carefully, and I don't medicate, it helps me temporarily.
Hey.
I got problems, I got issues, yeah, apparently. Trauma that I'm burying, I think I need some therapy.
Okay, so we already had apparently therapy. Tread carefully, apparently. Yeah, I mean, this guy, okay. I have not heard this person rap before. I only heard the singing on Zombified. But I mean, flow-wise, this is really solid. This is very, very solid. And I always love when someone cares to actually rhyme multisyllabic words. All right? It shows you have some skill with the pen. All right? Let's go.
I got voices in my head again, tread carefully, and I don't medicate, it helps me temporarily. I got issues, yeah, apparently. Trauma that I'm burying, I think I need some therapy. I battle depression, I'm back with a message. I'm asking the question that if you hate me, why you acting obsessive?
Oh, I'm back with the question, back at the what did you tell me why you acting obsessive? I think that's another cool thing too. I have never heard this guy rap up to this point, but I'll tell you right now, even though I've heard flows like this before, even the whole you take a little bit of time to go outside of that, that flow pattern, and then you come back into it for the fourth line. That is really good. That if you hate me, why you acting obsessive? I also think it's cool that, he's flat out saying, like, these are things that I struggle with. There's so many artists that never really talk about this stuff, man.
I'm back with a message. I'm asking the question that if you hate me, why you acting obsessive? I'm past the point of no return by being passive aggressive. I'll brandish a weapon, teach all you motherfuckers a lesson.
Okay, so we are saying, hey, I've taken time to understand where I'm at, and if you keep on hating me, why? Like, what is your point? What is your reasoning for being this ridiculous to me and hating on me? And I'm not going to be passive aggressive about it. I'm going to fight you because of this. I know there's lots of artists that do this, and I know there's lots of artists that are like, yeah, frick the haters, I don't care about them. I think there's a very fine line between when you can talk about that and it's really understandable versus, yeah, I really think you do care about the hate, but not saying anything about this guy. We have only gotten in 30 seconds here. Hey. Oh, okay. All right. Now, I couldn't help but feel like there was a comparison to I'm Lost, which, as far as I had seen, guys like NF had done that, kind of, I guess, capitalized on that idea. But yes, this flow is lots of rappers use it. But fact of the matter is, this guy is really making it a point to rap the last word on every single line, which is really, really cool. And as someone who does rap myself, yes, I really do rap. I know a lot of people are like, you write music? Yes, this channel's title is not just for the heck of it.
It is the season, bitter like the snow. I've been meaning to die in the cold. I can't be keeping the same pace for depreciation. Look at my face, I only weakened till today. You're communicating, there was no way. No more talking. Didn't know an angel can grip like a devil. You vowed to never leave me alone.
Anyway, it takes a lot of work to be able to figure out how to explain yourself while giving yourself that time constraint and that space. You know, let's go back on that. Holy smokes.
Actually battle my demons and shadows and women the deep and the creep in the shadows and lost. Gotta admit that I'm living the life that I've always wanted, but it comes to the cost. They're licking the jar, they're fixing to rip me apart.
Oh my gosh, where? Oh man, it really does make me think of like the aggressive side of NF. Not to compare them. I know a lot of people that's like it's a cheap and easy way to discredit a rapper. They're like, he's too much like NF. Shut up. You try writing music and then I'll find ways to compare you to other people. How does that sound? Anyway, though, I love his emphasis here. He's adding so much emotion to what he's saying. Really nice. Nowadays, everybody's so sensitive. Taking my words and you're picking apart. Tripping on nothing, just getting the car. Ripping and ripping and sticking the mark. I'm keeping that hey. Trying to get rid of me. Evil tendencies are fucking with me mentally. I got people that don't like me in the industry. I can feel your energy. You were not a friend of me. Cause I have been in places that you never wanna go. Yeah, I got dirt on people, but they act like I don't know. Yeah, I can do some damage, but I'll never rock the boat. All it takes is one post with some fun like dominoes. You'll never get rid of me. Too many enemies. Ooh, okay, so we had that aggressive kind of edited vocal effect. And then he's coming in with like, hey, you know what? I'm just acknowledging the fact that in this industry, there's a lot of people that are at each other's throats for no reason. And it's all for their own betterment. It's not to actually do anything good with anybody else. And that is one of the reasons why I think it's totally legitimate for people to be like, hey, you know what? Screw the haters. I'm actually going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about how it sometimes affects me. Because we are human beings and people play around with our art like it's just nothing. And it's like, hey, if you're actually going to go that route, be prepared for me to call you out on your crap. If you want to start thinking like you could just do whatever you want and I have to just lie here and take it because, well, music is all about, whatever. Anyway, really, really like this so far. This is really, really cool. And I'm loving the cinematography. The cinematography is looking so cool. It's very, very cool. I even like the little bit of like movement that group of cameramen all did together. Really, really cool stuff. Texas one post with some fun like dominoes. You'll never get rid of me. Too many enemies whipping my imagery. You know my history. It ain't a mystery. Put every enemy out of their misery. Somebody send me some positive energy. I'm about to go dark. I'm about to go Disney into the darkness, into infinity. Shut you motherfuckers up. You listening? Oh my gosh! Wow, I like that. I'm gonna go Darth. Like, the Darth Vaders, Darth, well, just all the whatever the heck they're called, the evil Jedi. My Lord, I've totally forgot. But going Darth, gonna go Disney. Disney, I mean, also, regardless of what you think one way or another about Disney corporate does also have a way of shutting things down like you would not believe. So just using that as an analogy of I'm going to go Disney, like I'm going to find a way to just rip everything out from under you. Which, I mean, come on, man. There's something to be said about consequences for the freedom of speech. And I'm not talking to the artist. I'm talking to people hating on anybody. We just had, in the circles that I'm in, we just had someone basically like leave their platform because of completely unnecessary harassment, completely inappropriate harassment. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, when are some of these people going to learn that there's consequences for their actions? Maybe we don't all just want to sit there and be like, oh, well, it's just the internet. Who's to say one way or the other? Like, no, we can actually do something about it. But a lot of people just want to sit back and act like, oh, there's nothing we can do. Anyway, let's go back a little bit. Yeah, darkness. Gonna go Darth, gonna go Disney, into the darkness, into infinity. I mean, that is inner rhyme schemes. Nobody does this type of stuff anymore. And then when they do, they get criticized for being some old head, weak, emotional, lyrical, spiritual, whatever type crap. And it's like, no, open your mind. This is actually really, really good rapping. Oh my goodness. Anyway, sorry, excuse me.
Shut you motherfuckers up! Listening? Stacking every little pretty penny that I'm getting, and I'm never giving in to anybody. Always winning, never kidding when I die. I'm taking everybody with me. You're never gonna get me, cause you never see a simple. Yeah, my motherfucking God, you're a light gone. I'm a time bomb, and I'm vibes wrong. It's my fault. I'm killing syllables of the letter of Philip. I'm a lyrical, typical super villain. I'm venomous, and I'm never gonna stop until they put me on top of the list. I can't control the.
Okay, so we're getting into some singing here. I am gonna have to say, especially with how I was hearing some of that, mixed together, we weren't doing all of that fast flow in one go or in a chunk. It was like bar by bar by bar. I don't recommend that for rappers, okay? Because if you're not able to do it in chunks, then especially if you're doing it live, it's going to sound sloppy. And even in this, I was hearing a little bit of sloppiness. But at least from what I was saying, and I'm going to check it out again, I feel like his lyrics actually still meant something. He was still making a point, at least as far as I was seeing. Let's look at this a little more.
Penny that I'm getting, and I'm never giving in to anybody. Always winning.
Okay, so you're stacking every penny. You're making it a point to utilize what you have for something positive. You're not going to give in to anybody. You're always winning.
Never kidding when I die. I'm taking everybody with me. You're never gonna get me, cause you never see a simple. Yeah, my motherfucking God, you're a light gone. I'm a time bomb, and I'm vibes wrong. It's my fault. I'm killing syllables of the letter of Philip. I'm a lyrical, typical super villain. I'm venomous.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That part right there, you're absolutely stumbling over right there. Okay. All right. So, just had to check and see. We've been doing it pretty good back and forth live. We had a bit of a, we could see what they were doing. Yeah, I think that's really good. I am still going to stand by what I was saying, that I think some of the lyrics was just a little bit too heavy-handed with what we were trying to say. But I'm killing the syllables with a loaded refillable. With a loaded refillable? Oh, frickin' A, pressing the wrong thing on the keyboard. With a loaded refillable. I'm guessing refillable is like a magazine. I've never heard it referred to as a refillable. Okay. I mean, okay, here's the deal. Here's the one thing I would suggest. If you know that there's another rapper that has used something like venomous, and like villainous and all that type of stuff, there's other adjectives. If you want to go for that whole thing of like, I'm going to paint myself up as this crazy villainous monster who just knows how to handle everything, just use a couple different adjectives, man. Because it sounds like you literally just took from Logic and Eminem. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to fill him and kill him and I'm venomous and everyone, yeah. I'm sorry.
I can't control the monster any longer that's inside. The pain and sorrow left us solo. Now tomorrows are to swallow. Death is calling, so I'm crawling. Tightrope walking, now I'm falling down. Like missiles falling from the sky. Come and save us.
Okay, so we went back into, or we completely transitioned, I should say, into rock, into this man's, more familiar repertoire, we should say. Aside from that one little snippet there in the middle, where I feel like it was pretty easy to notice how, the lyricism was getting a little bit wordy, a little bit heady, and some of the flow was a little bit too sloppy. The rest of that other stuff was fantastic. The whole rest of the thing was fantastic. And the fact that you actually took a point to be like, hey, this is my life, this is my feelings, and then this is how we can also paint this bigger picture of, hey, maybe in a general sense, this is how we can handle this type of attitude that our world has. I'm really liking that. Hey. Okay, first of all, the lie on that, yo, that was dope. And then the little bit of screamo right there before we get into this breakdown. That is really, really cool. You're showing a whole bunch of different stylistic choices in here, which I think is amazing. Oh. I'm a sucker for those types of vocals in metal. Just get it. Okay, anyway. Okay, well, I mean, does that mean the people that you just sliced up, like a home runner, Homelander? God, what was his name? I never watched The Boys. Not my type of comedy. Did you not give them a chance? You just sliced them up. Did they already have their chance, and then you're judge, jury, and executioner? Anyway. I do agree with that. The fear is what keeps you insane. As someone who frequently has panic attacks for absolutely no reason, only to realize later, oh, actually the solution was a lot more simple than I thought, and there's plenty of people in my life who are there to help me, and all that other stuff. Yeah, absolutely. If I was just never afraid, I would already be so much happier in life. So, totally agree with that concept. I don't know, with the mythos of your videos, if there's some bigger point to what is being exhibited here, how much you're kind of just painting a sort of science fiction picture, or how much you're trying to really get to the heart of something and kind of, bring about a message in every part of your song. This was great. This is really great. I think it's really, really cool when a metal band especially, really does go out of its way to do some singing, to do some screamo, of course, show the ability with the guitar and the vocals, and having that bit of rap in there where you were just spitting, dude. That was absolutely fantastic. I don't know why I'm talking like I'm talking to this guy, but this was fantastic. I really did enjoy this. Thank you guys for the few of you that were like, hey, you really need to check this out. Absolutely appreciate that. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, please like and subscribe. Tell me below what you thought of this whole song. And that's really all I got to say about that, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Till next time. Peace.